And so it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day today, and I'm just full of energy of every kind and full of excitement and thrills about everything that is happening. Excited about listening to these good programs like Tanya Love. I just have a boundless energy like Deepak always teaches. And I just so enjoy this book. He really goes into all kinds of things about energy and how boundless it is. And getting into the vortex, I do that every day. I read this every day, and so I know that I'm into the boundless energy, and I'm into the vortex, and I'm just really experiencing it. And I can really tell it that I'm experiencing that all that wonderful joy and happiness and abundance that comes from getting into the vortex. And then when you get into that vortex, and then you receive the boundless energy, and he explains how it comes about. They explain how to get into it, and he explains how it works on your body and everything psychosomatically to increase your health and make you happy in every way. And so all these wonderful things that are coming out like this that are helping us to raise our consciousness and bringing down that new earth. It's just it's marvelous. All these books. I mean, they're just hundreds of wonderful. They're not all fortunate enough to be as good as Esther and Jerry Hicks' book or Deepak Chopra's, but they're good. Hundreds and hundreds of them. People coming out more every day with wonderful books on how to raise consciousness and how that'll help to increase your health and how that'll heal all your sicknesses and diseases. And we can just really be healed of any sickness and disease. There's no incurable diseases. Infinite mind covers them all. And the love of God is just being omnipresent and omnipotent. The joy of the Lord being omnipresent and omnipotent. And his mind, him being omniscient, all knowing and everywhere with all the love and the joy and the healing power that he has. All that is ever missing is just the level of our consciousness and our awareness. And we have the wonderful gift and ability of just being able to turn in a 20-30 minute period of meditation to start receiving all those things and beginning to lift ourselves out of fatigue and lifting ourselves out of all illnesses of every kind that we may be having or think we may get. We're able to lift ourselves out of those and put ourselves on a ground where we'll be able to have this boundless energy and be able to have an energy that just won't quit, and a health and a strength that'll stay strong and solid. We're able to do all of those things, and so we're able to just rejoice about this new earth that is coming, that has given us all these wonderful insights and enabling us to do all these wonderful things. Oh, I mean, it's just it's a marvelous thing. We have these books by James Redfield, like the 12th Insight, and his first one was the Celestine Prophecy and all. There's these are kind of get you going, get you started on learning things about the new earth that is coming and kind of forecasting some of the things that are coming about. And then these books like this follow up on it and begin to bring out how you go about accomplishing it. And so it just all works together. And then you have so many good programs. You have Tanya Love comes on, and she's always telling us the new insights about the new earth. And her program this morning called The Art of Divination. And she's always giving us insights on that new world and that new earth that's coming. And she's always marvelously excited all the time and bringing marvelously ideas, wonderful ideas, new ideas to raise our consciousness. And so we need to listen to her. I listen to her every morning for breakfast. And so I'm going to get her going here. And I'm going to get my coffee going. I've got this marvelous brew cups that I use from Organic Gold Coffee. I order it from this place here. I just ordered on the internet. That comes a couple days later. They have a whole list of their, it's just you just go on there just like you go on Walmart. It's just another thing like Walmart. You just go on there and you could just order all this wonderful coffee. Femarllc.organicgold.coffee, and just real easy, just like you do when you on Walmart. Just real simple and easy to order. And it's Columbia roast. This Columbia roast comes into these little K cups that go in your brew cup maker. And so I obtained for myself some of these, one for the glove box, one for the house, and one for the office. And they're just so small, just little small size like this. You can see how small it is. Don't even weigh a pound. And you just pull out. You can just open your drawer. Just put it. Just fits right in your desk drawer. It's always there, handy. You can keep a couple of these up inside of it, and in your desk drawer where you have that handy. And all it takes after that is just a cup of hot water. Everything else is there, and ready to go. And so I'm going to fix that this morning, and then I've got a lot of other wonderful flavors of coffee, which I fixed during the day. One of them is this gourmet coffee mocha, and I like to have that, especially on cloudy days and everything. We've got a nice sunshiny day today, but I still may break down and drink some of it anyway because it just tastes so good. And so, but it's just marvelous. It's coffee flavored with just the right amount of chocolate in it, and it's all mixed in there together in one little package, so you don't have to worry about mixing all that stuff up. Everything's already there, just the right amount of chocolate cream and coffee and everything all mixed together. And then I have this Cafe Supreme, which is a mixture of like a sort of a malty flavor. It has the right different kinds of creams and sugars and all mixed in there. That just gives it a marvelous taste. It just flavors it down just a little bit with where you still taste your coffee, but you have a little bit. You can also have these other wonderful flavors coming out in there too. And so that's marvelous to have mid morning sometime. And then I have this. Of course, I have this black coffee for any times of the day, and I always like to keep these little packages. You can just keep them in your pocket. They can just fit right there in your shirt pocket, and you always have it with you all the time. You can put them or you can just put them down in your desk drawer, and either way, just keep a couple of them everywhere you're at, and so. That always works out real good too to have those around, and they come in these little. They're so small, they're small and compact. These little packages don't, but because it's just black coffee, it doesn't have to have anything mixed into it, so it's nice and compact to carry with you, and then to relax down in the evenings. Oh boy, you want to really enjoy your evening, and you got a nice movie to watch or something. Oh boy, mix you some of this cafe latte. It's just like it's better than the latte you get at Starbucks. It just has just exactly the right amount of all the latte flavors in it, all the cream and everything that you like in your coffee, and it just tastes marvelous. It's just rich. You can taste the wonderful coffee in there and taste the latte and all. And so that's just a marvelous coffee to have in your evenings. And then you can also, I haven't started on the teas yet, ordering those, but they've got nice teas that also have this Ganoderma lucidium. See, all this coffee has a Ganoderma lucidium in it, which is it's an herb that just gives you a natural, just a natural uplift that comes from that herb Ganoderma lucidium. And so it doesn't have that stimulant that gets on stimulates your nerves and makes you restless and causes you not to sleep at night if you drink too much of it, or causes you even to have heart palpitations, gets you all flustered and all like that, and you have to be careful that you drink just the right amount of it. If you don't drink enough, well, then you don't feel good. And if you drink too much, well, then you got the jitters. This other always is the same. It just keeps you a nice, even keel and just makes you feel nice and mellow and wonderful. Nice natural uplift. And you don't have any problem when you go to try to stop drinking it or slowing back on it. And so it's just a marvelous thing. And all these coffees are completely devoid of caffeine and have instead that Ganoderma lucidium, which is a health-giving herb that over a period of time, if you just drink it every day regularly, it's just like taking some kind of wonderful health food. It just lifts you, it improves your health and your strength and your stamina and everything over a period of time. And people have even said that sometimes it's cured diseases, which they couldn't find any other way of accomplishing that. And so I'm going to get this all going. I've got my eggs and my pancakes and everything fixed exactly right. And so I'm ready to have a marvelous morning listening to Tanya Love. And I'll see if she's able to raise me up a little higher in my consciousness, that she always does. If she doesn't, it'll be the first time. Because every time I listen to her, and I listen to her every morning, been doing that for quite some time, she always has a new idea that I haven't thought about. It just lifts me up a little bit more, and that I can put down and meditate about, and begin to take off on as I go to infinite mind with those thoughts that she gives and everything. You see, you can put them down in your subconscious, in your conscious mind there, and kind of keep them in your mind, and then allow infinite mind to take off from there. Just use that as a root. Use it, let her give you these ideas, and then just kind of use that as a root, and then let it flower out, and begin to let divine mind add to it, and divine mind will just take off from it and give you more to go with it, and just you'll just begin to get more and more and more wonderful ideas, and it won't stop there. But she always gets me going good, and so I'm going to see if I wouldn't want my consciousness or my happiness and all to wane even a little bit, and so I'm going to get her going so she can continue it like she always does, and I'm so thrilled about that. Everything's going so well. Nice sunshine, and then you got nice program to listen to, and so I don't see how anything could be any better, but she'll make it a little better. She always does. And so let's see what she has for us.
Today, we're going to actually be doing a part 2 from last week. So those of you that tuned in last week, and we were tuning in and talking about the art of divination and how to read the universal signs. I feel like we just scratched the surface of the iceberg last week, so we're going to continue with that today. Yesterday, I actually taught a creative vision board workshop in my home, and it was really awesome because the girls the girls that showed up were all very much having similar experiences in their movie, where they were being challenged to take leaps of faith, and it was time to start really listening to spirit and trusting that they were being guided. And that can feel scary, is what I got across the board. Everyone that was connecting had in common this thing where they feel, there's times where fear just can consume them, and they feel afraid to move on, or they feel like, what if I'm going to die, or what if I might become homeless? And we kind of addressed that in our workshop about this like bag lady syndrome, or if you're a guy, it applies the same thing. But this deep fear that we're going to be homeless and we're just going to be, deserted and abandoned by spirit. And I feel like that's a big part of what we're healing collectively, is as we're bringing heaven down to earth and we're anchoring in the light in this physical dimension, we're actually really being tested to not be so attached to this physical reality in a way that distracts us from our higher connections with Source. And so when we remember that we're one with Source, we have infinite possibilities, expanded vision. We become the visionaries. We become the aligned global shift leaders again, that are here seeing a bigger vision that is maybe not here yet physically. And so for a lot of different souls that have come here with the mission and intention for change, part of your test and part of what will challenge you in your initiations is that if you get too caught up in your so-called reality and you're just stuck staring at what's right in front of you, and it looks limiting or it looks enslaving, it feels like you're suffering or struggling in that place, it's going to be really important for you to start connecting through meditation. I have passion about encouraging humans to meditate more. We were talking about that in the workshop yesterday, how certain souls that we look up to, in religion, Christ is the big hero for Christianity. And if you read about Christ, he often is referenced as leading the people and he's retreating to the desert, or he's retreating to the garden, or he's retreating to the forest to pray or to meditate. I feel he was being quiet.